Hi, kindergarten. Welcome. Before we start a lesson today on disappointment, we are going to remind you of your listening skills. Right now, you're doing homework, hopefully, and you're working on listening to your family member who's teaching you. And so I want to make sure we go over listening skills. Okay? So, eyes watching, ears listening. Remember our big Dumbo ears? We're going to open them wide and we're going to hear what people are saying, right? So we're going to open our eyes. We're going to open our ears real big. Voice quiet. We are not going to talk when somebody else is talking, right? We're going to keep our mouths quiet so that way we can see and we can hear what somebody's trying to teach us, right? So mouth quiet. And then your favorite, every time we do it, body still, right? So keeping our body still and not wiggling around helps you to stay focused, right? So make sure you're using your listening skills while whoever's teaching you can do a really good job because you're doing your part too. Okay. All right. So today we're talking about managing disappointment. Our last lesson was managing anger, and we talked about belly breath, right? And so we are going to review a little bit. So anger is an uncomfortable feeling. Remember, uncomfortable feelings is when our body feels icky inside. So maybe our heart is racing. Maybe our muscles are tense. Maybe we feel like crying. Maybe we feel hot. And so when our body feels like that, we don't feel very good. And so that's an uncomfortable feeling. And when we feel uncomfortable, then we react in a hurtful or a negative way. Sometimes pushing, hitting, kicking, throwing things, slamming doors, tearing something up, whatever it may be. And so when we act that way in a negative way, it hurts people around us, doesn't it? And it makes other people sad. So we're going to talk about a little boy named Tony today. Okay, so let's go ahead. And this is Tony. And his class is going outside to play. The teacher asked for 2 students to help set up for a special project. Tony really wanted to set up the project, but the teacher picked 2 other students. So I want you to look at the picture. What do you see in this photo? I just want you to look. So here's Tony in the yellow. Let's go ahead and look over. Here we go. And it looks like the teacher and the 2 girls she picked to help, right? Okay, what do you notice? Do you notice that there's objects on the table? Do you notice that Tony has his coat on? Yeah, so it looks like he was getting ready to go outside and play, right? Because he's got his coat on. And then do you see the 2 girls helping? Now going back to Tony, think about how Tony feels right now. Remember, we're looking for cues. Remember, we talk about cues. We look at the person's face and body language to kind of tell us how he feels. Take a few minutes. I want you to think about it. If you said disappointed, angry, or maybe sad, you're right. He is. Disappointment is something you feel when you don't get what you want. And that happens, right? Sometimes being sad or angry can be part of feeling disappointed. Have you ever felt disappointed? Maybe you're in the store and you want a piece of candy, and your family says, no, you're not getting any candy. You need to go eat dinner, or I don't have the money for that, or something, okay? And so then you become disappointed because you don't get what you want. And that's pretty normal, right? Or maybe at Christmas time, you really wanted a special toy, but you didn't get it for Christmas. You may feel disappointed, right? Okay, now are you kind of understanding what that word means? Okay. Okay. Some of you were disappointed when you got out of school, right? Because you really like being in school, and having to stay home and be home all the time, you probably feel disappointed because you would rather be at school. Huh. Okay. So Tony is very disappointed and feels like throwing something or kicking the door. Does he need to calm down? Absolutely. Yes, he needs to calm down. So let's go ahead and go over the calm down, right? So let's go over calming down. So here we go. We got our little poster here, and it says how to calm down. Okay. And so if you notice on our poster, he's got his hands on his tummy, right? So the first thing he needs to say is stop. So Tony needs to go stop. And then he needs to name his feeling. Stop. I feel angry and disappointed. Right? So Tony's saying, stop. I feel angry and disappointed. Then he calms down. And this says, calm down, breathe, count, use positive self-talk. So let's go over those, okay? Remember breath. So we're just going to go back over a belly breath, okay? Because I really want you to understand it so you can practice it. So when your family member says, put your hands on your tummy and breathe, you'll know how to do it, and you can just do it so you can calm yourself down, okay? Because I really want you to practice. So let's go ahead. We're going to put our hands on our tummy right above our belly button, okay? Now we're going to breathe in through our nose, breathing in flowers, okay? We're going to breathe in, and then we're going to blow out like you're blowing on soup to cool it down, right? So you're going to blow out through your mouth, okay? Okay, ready? Breathe in. Do it one more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Did you notice that Mrs. Nelson's hands moved out and in, right? Did Mrs. Nelson go, no, because that's not relaxing. So we got to make sure that we have control over our breath. We breathe in and we blow out. Okay? Now, the other one on here is counting. And so counting helps you because it controls the way you feel. And so counting will help you to calm your brain. And so counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By counting to 10, you can calm yourself down too, right? And then using positive self-talk. So if we're talking about Tony here, what do you think he could say to himself to help him calm down? Like, You can do the project next time. It's okay. At least I get to go outside and play. You know, some really positive thoughts that could change his disappointment or anger into something good, right? Okay. So I would really like you guys to practice at home. Practice your belly breaths. Practice maybe counting, identifying when our body feels uncomfortable, and how or what is a way that I can make that better. All right. Until next time, have a good day.